So for me, number one reason to watch UFC 224 this weekend down in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, is actually the co-main event, a middleweight 185-pound fight between Kelvin Gastelum and Jacare Souza. I just really like this fight stylistically. Kelvin Gastelum, to me, has proven to be one of the fastest guys in this division. Certainly with his hand speed, he's one of the fastest. He has knockout power. We just saw that last November in his last fight, a first-round knockout over a former champion in Michael Bisping. And he's taking on a guy, though, who has skills that we've seen beat Kelvin Gastelum in the past. Jacare Souza, he's tremendous when he's on top, tremendous when he can get you down to the ground and use that Brazilian jiu-jitsu. He's also a well-rounded striker as well. You know, Jacare, he's 38 years old, never had an opportunity to fight for a UFC title. Neither has Kelvin Gastelum, but he's far younger. Jacare, 38, so time is of the essence. It's not working in his favor. This is a big fight for him. He missed the second half of last year due to multiple surgeries. He did come back and knock out Derek Brunson in a very, very impressive performance earlier this year. To me, this is a number one contender fight, 185 pounds all the way. I think the winner of this fight will face the winner of next month's title fight between the current champion, Robert Whittaker, and Yoel Romero. Okay, reason number two to watch UFC 224, of course, the main event, Amanda Nunes going for her third title defense of that 135-pound belt against Raquel Pennington. If you look at Nunes' title reign so far, she beat Miesha Tate to win the belt. She went on to dominate Ronda Rousey at the end of 2016. She fought once in 2017, defeated Valentina Shevchenko. That's a name that the MMA community is extremely high on, Shevchenko. And now she goes to Raquel Pennington, who quite frankly just doesn't have the resume, doesn't have the name recognition as those three names that I just mentioned. So as a viewer, you're kind of wondering, hey, is this a showcase fight for the champion, Amanda Nunes? Is this a way for the UFC to take their Brazilian champion, and Nunes, send her down to Brazil, get her a quick first-round knockout, make her look good, raise up her profile? It's one of those type of title defenses, but that is not how I see this fight going on Saturday. You know, I think Pennington, skills-wise, is not quite there to match what Amanda Nunes has. As far as a danger factor, Nunes, far higher finishing rate, but basically doubled the finishing rate of Raquel Pennington over their respective careers. But Pennington, mentally, physically, she is a very tough out, and she's going to push this pace. And one thing that we do know about Amanda Nunes is that she has had cardio issues in the past. So if this fight goes to the third round, fourth round, fifth round, and Raquel Pennington is still there and she's still pushing the pace against Nunes, this is going to be a very interesting fight. Early on, very, very big advantage to Amanda Nunes, but once this fight gets a little bit later, you may want to keep a close eye on the underdog. All right, so my final reason to watch UFC 224, it's 25-year-old strawweight prospect Mackenzie Duran. She faces Amanda Bobby Cooper on the pay-per-view portion of UFC 224. And Mackenzie, you probably heard the name before. There have been a lot of eyeballs on this prospect. Even before she came to MMA, she was a standout in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Everyone expected her to go to MMA. She did. They expected her to sign with the UFC. She did. She made her promotional debut earlier this year in March. She picked up a win against Ashley Yoder, so she is 1-0 in the UFC, as she wanted to do this quick turnaround because she wanted to fight in Brazil. And that's great. But there have been a little bit of a warning signs that this may be too much too soon for Mackenzie Duran. She switched camps in between her UFC debut and this fight coming up in Brazil. She missed weight on Friday, and not by a little. She missed weight by 7 pounds on Friday. She missed that 116-pound weight limit. She came in at 123. Meanwhile, Amanda Bobby Cooper, everything that I've seen from her from Fight Week, she seems confident, she seems relaxed, she seems like someone who has nothing to lose. And I gotta tell you, one bad side about having a lot of eyeballs on you earlier in your career is that you're always going to get the best of your opponent because they want to take some of that attention for themselves. Stylistically, I like Mackenzie Duran in this fight. I think she should win, but if any of these outside factors influence how she looks in this fight, I think Cooper is very, very capable of taking advantage of the opportunity and getting a big win for her career as well.